What's up, guys? Just here back to my channel. Tonight, I'll be doing a review for Monday Night Raw on Netflix for the first time. Tonight was the first night, and let me tell you guys, it was good as fuck. You know, it was super good. I enjoyed the whole thing from beginning to end and stuff, and it was good. I didn't have no problems with the buffering or nothing. It was all good and stuff, and yeah. So, anyways, to it then, a video shown on the Jumbotron highlighting the story of pro wrestling, showcasing clips from WWE's past and present. The projector for the Jumbotron falls around the ring, revealing Triple H, who is in the center of the ring. Triple H welcomes the sold-out arena to the first Raw of 2025, and the first Raw on Netflix. Triple H says the entire world is watching, and to show the world who they are, and to tell the world that this is the WWE and that the WWE universe is louder than anything they've seen before. He asks if we're ready, and then welcomes us to Monday Night Raw, and the Netflix era. Fireworks and pyro go off, and Raw on Netflix has begun. I got emotional, man. I'm getting emotional right now. I'm just talking about it. Anyways, Dwayne The Rock Johnson's music hits, and The Rock stands in the entryway and poses for the crowd with the People's Championship belt. He gives the belt to his daughters, who are sitting in the front row. The Rock gets on the mic and says, "Years ago, when The Rock was Pebble, he used to travel the roads with his dad, and the only way to watch the WWE was to buy a ticket or watch it on Saturday morning. Unlike now, which is a different story, you can still buy a ticket, but you can watch it on Netflix whenever you want." The Rock rattles off his catchphrases and says he wants to give out a shout out to the Netflix guys who are in the attendance, and he gives a shout out to Cody Rhodes for carrying the WWE for a year. Rhodes is shown in the audience who thanks The Rock, and he tells Rhodes to tell Mama Rose he says hello. He also acknowledges his cousin Roman Reigns, and OTC chants scream through the arena. The crowd, the Rock says Reigns is a tribal chief and the original tribal chief. He says the world is watching, so let's get the show on the road. Alright, first match coming up. Oh, this is going to be a long reading. Alright, first match coming up. Oh, by the way, there were 4 matches, just so you guys know. First match, Tribal Combat Rules match, Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman. Alright, the bell rings and both men circle each other before locking up. They stay locked up until Reigns dumps Sikoa out of the ring, and then they lock up outside. The men push each other into the barricade and the ring apron and the ring post. Sikoa slams Reigns' head against the announce desk and throws him back in the ring. Sikoa takes down Reigns with a clothesline and nails Reigns with a few headbutts. Reigns fires back with the clothesline and a flying elbow, sending Sikoa to the corner. Reigns punches out Sikoa in the corner. Sikoa nails Reigns with a punch, and Reigns boots Sikoa out of the ring. Reigns goes out to beyond Sikoa, but Sikoa hits a spinning solo onto the announce desk. Sikoa hits Reigns with a monitor, sending Reigns to the ground. Sikoa takes apart the steel steps and slams the first set of steps into Reigns' face. Reigns gets assaulted outside the ring. Sikoa slams his head repeatedly into the barricade. Reigns fights back with punches and slams Sikoa into the barricade. Sikoa fights back, slamming Reigns into the ring post and tells him Reigns he looks stupid. Reigns is thrown back into the ring. Reigns is able to punch Sikoa after he gets in the ring, and Sikoa drops Reigns in the middle of the ring with an elbow. Sikoa gets a couple of chairs out from under the ring and hits Reigns in the midsection and slams the chair over Reigns' back. He continues to beat Reigns in the middle of the ring with a chair. Sikoa sets up Reigns in the corner and delivers some right hands to Reigns. Sikoa sets up the chair over Reigns' neck in the corner and runs at him. Reigns moves out of the way, and Sikoa crashes into the turnbuckle. Reigns picks up the chair and starts beating Sikoa with the chair. Reigns now slams Sikoa's head into the chair, and as Sikoa lays on one chair, Reigns picks up the second chair and tries to slam it onto Sikoa. Sikoa low blows Reigns and hits a spinning solo onto the chair and covers for a near fall. Sikoa slams Reigns' head against the mat and picks up the second chair instead of using it. He throws it down and heads outside the ring and pulls a table out from under the ring. Reigns comes out of nowhere and drop kicks Sikoa outside the ring. Reigns throws the table into the ring and sets it up in the middle of the ring. Reigns goes to pull Sikoa into the ring, and Sikoa nails Reigns in the head with a candlestick. Sikoa wails on Reigns with a candlestick. Sikoa chokes out Reigns in the corner and with the candlestick, and Reigns powers out and powerbombs Sikoa through the table and covers Sikoa. And before the ref can count to three, Tonga pulls the ref out of the ring, breaking the pin. Jacob Fatu enters the ring and smokes Reigns in the face and slams him into the mat. Fatu hits his moonsault on Reigns, and Sikoa then hits his Samoan spike and covers Reigns, and Reigns kicks out at 2. Sikoa, Fatu, and Tonga corner the ref, and Sikoa spikes the ref. Sami Zayn and Jimmy Uso come out and fight off Fatu and Tonga. They get in the ring, and Jimmy superkicks Sikoa, and Zayn delivers a little kick, and Reigns spears Sikoa. There is no ref to count the pin. By the time the ref gets there, Sikoa kicks out of the pin. Uso and Zayn suicide dive into Tonga and Fatu, and Kevin Owens runs in and spears Reigns, and Sikoa covers Reigns, and Reigns kicks out. Owens sets Reigns up for the cradle power driver, but Cody Rhodes comes down to neutralize Owens. Rhodes hits the Cody Cutter on Owens, and they fight into the crowd. Back in the ring, Reigns dodges a spike and spears Sikoa. Sikoa makes his way to his feet and is hit with a nerve spear. Reigns covers Sikoa for the win. So winner is Roman Reigns. So he got his Ula Fala back finally. Alright, after the match, Paul Heyman presents the Ulafala to Roman Reigns. As this is happening, The Rock comes out to the ring. The Rock takes the Ulafala from Paul Heyman and places it around Reigns' neck. Reigns and The Rock stare at each other in the middle of the ring as Paul Heyman looks on. The Rock removes his sunglasses and puts his hand out and shake hands and hug Reigns. Stands in the ring and poses as Heyman and The Rock lock on. Backstage, we see CM Punk stretching backstage for his upcoming match. Jackie Raymond backstage. New Day gets on the mic, but gives it Kingston after getting booed. Kingston asks everyone to quiet down and says they were supposed to have a match tonight, but he told Triple H that Los Angeles doesn't deserve to see them wrestle. Woods says they have a bad taste and talk trash about Kush Lamar and says won the beef and tries to fight the truth get booed. The truth gets booed. Woods says they're blessed to have the New Day talk, and Jackie Raymond takes the mic away from them. Alright, we see celebrities and stuff in the audience. Alright, segment coming up. John Cena runs down to the ring. He gets on the mic and says tonight is different and talks about LA showing up. Cena tells us this is the first time Raw is playing simultaneously all over the world. Cena tells the crowd that they're being seen all around the world. And to make some noise, he thanks Netflix for showing the world the experience of Monday Night Raw, and then thanks Raw for allowing him to honor to stand in a WWE ring for the last time. He says LA is the best place to start his farewell tour, as LA has given him the opportunity to perform, and he humbly says thank you. He says this year is about making moments, and everyone is asking who he will face at WrestleMania. He lists names like Gunther, Logan Paul, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, and then asks when will he become the record-breaking 7-time world champion. He wants to be honest with everyone, and he doesn't see this happening. He says it's been 446 days since he won his last match. I hope I said that number right. And his time is up, and it's their time now. He says he has a better chance of winning an Oscar over he have to win the Royal Rumble or Money in the Bank or Elimination Chamber for that to happen. He says it's crazy idea, but maybe he can win the Royal Rumble. He says he should be in the Rumble, and it's the best way to say thank you to everyone by winning the Rumble. Man, it's crazy gonna see him gone. A promo for Logan Paul is shown. Okay, anyways, alright. Alright, second match coming up. WWE Women's World Champion match. Liv Morgan, who is a champion, with Raquel Rodriguez and Dominic Mysterio for his re-review. By the way, this show was 3 hours, a little bit over 3 hours, So it finished around 10:02 or something, 10:03. So anyways, the bell rings and the women start off by punching each other. Ripley slams Morgan to the mat and she rolls out for the ring and stuff. Anyways, Ripley cannonballs into Rodriguez outside the ring, and Dom pulls on Ripley's leg, allowing Morgan to beat on Ripley. Morgan tries for a Hurricanrana, and Ripley power bombs her onto an announce table. The women are on the apron, and Morgan delivers and backstabber on the apron, and then hits a Hurricanrana on Ripley. Outside, Morgan slams Ripley into the barricades. Outside the ring, back in the ring, Morgan covers for a quick count, and Ripley kicks out. Ripley is getting stretched out on the ropes, and Rodriguez punches Ripley while the ref is distracted. Ripley kicks Morgan and rolls her up for a near fall. Morgan slams Ripley face first into the mat and curves for a near fall. Morgan slaps Ripley in a headlock and hits a coat breaker on Ripley. Morgan stomps on Ripley in the corner and elbows Ripley. Morgan hits a face buster from the top um, top rope and covers her too. Morgan slaps Ripley in the corner and slams her head into the mat. Morgan with some body kicks on Ripley and claws Ripley's back. Ripley takes down Morgan with a bunch of clotheslines and slams her face first on the mat. Ripley hits a running knee on Morgan. Morgan is flattened by a modified slam. Ripley hits a released German suplex and covers for two. Ripley sets up for a riptide, and Morgan counters into a back stabber and then sends Ripley in the corner. Morgan hits a tornado DDT and covers for a near fall. Ripley headbutts Morgan and hits a riptide on Morgan, and Liv Morgan kicks out of Ripley's finisher. Dom throws a chair into the ring, and Rodriguez tries to interfere, allowing Morgan to hit Oblivion on Ripley and covers for near fall. Morgan hits the Three Amigos on Ripley and climbs the turnbuckle. Morgan hits a frog splash on Ripley, and Ripley kicks out at two. Morgan tries for another Oblivion, and Ripley stops it and hits two riptides on Morgan to get the win. So winner and new Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley. Thank goodness. Oh, man. After the match, Dominic Mysterio enters the ring and puts his arms out to hug and reconcile with Rhea Ripley. Ripley kicks him in the nuts and slams down Dom with a riptide. That was funny. That's what you get. Okay, as Ripley is celebrating, we are here. We hear the gong ring around the arena. The Undertaker rides his motorcycle down to the ring as the American Badass. He makes a lap around the ring and then rides back to Ripley, and they celebrate, high five, and Taker drives away. Kathy Kelly's backstage. Adam Pearce about what's gonna happen next week, and what's his name? Chad Gable wants a best luchador, and we all know who that is. All right, Jeremy backstage on stuff. Oh, they're talking about. Okay, we can see some of the stuff back stage. Anyways, third match coming up: Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre. We're almost finished, guys. Before we get the bell, Uso kicks McIntyre outside the ring and tries to suicide dive onto McIntyre, who catches Uso and slams him outside the ring. McIntyre chops Uso and rolls him back in the ring. The bell now rings, and Uso dodges a claymore and starts to beat on McIntyre in the corner. Uso gets kicked in the gut by McIntyre, and McIntyre punches Uso in the face. McIntyre and Uso trade punches and chops, and McIntyre punches Uso in the corner. McIntyre climbs the ropes and punches Uso, and Uso comes out of the corner and slams down McIntyre with a sit out powerbomb. Uso punches and kicks McIntyre in the center of the ring and then slams into him in the corner. Uso hits a high crossbody and covers McIntyre for a 2 count. McIntyre hits a neckbreaker on Uso and sets up for the Claymore, but runs into a super kick. Uso covers for a near fall. Uso gets on the top rope for the Uso splash, but McIntyre gets his knees up and hits a spine buster on Uso and covers for 2. McIntyre hits a sit out powerbomb and covers for a near fall. McIntyre punches Uso in the middle of the ring, and Uso comes back with punches of his own. McIntyre hits a future shock DDT and covers Uso for a 2 count. McIntyre goes for the Claymore and runs into a spear by Uso, who covers for a 2 count. Uso connects with 2 kicks to McIntyre's face, and McIntyre kicks him back. McIntyre smokes Uso with the Claymore kick, and McIntyre covers for a 2 count. McIntyre mounts Uso and punches him out and slams his head into the mat. McIntyre chops Uso in the corner and pummels Uso with the Glasgow Kiss. McIntyre tries for another Claymore, and Uso collapses in the ring. McIntyre taunts the crowd and crouches in the corner and waiting for Uso to get up. McIntyre goes for the Claymore, and Uso dodges it and rolls up McIntyre for the win. So winner is Jey Uso. Yes. Alright. Alright. This okay. They had a thing waiting to see on here. So interview and all that with Ripley on some blah. Alright. Hulk Hogan music hits and stuff. He talks about the beer, all that stuff, making partnership with Raw and Netflix and all that. Anyways, no, skip that. Alright, fourth match main event coming up: Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. The bell rings and both men stand in the corners and take in the crowd. The men charge each other and start punching each other out. Punk clotheslines Rollins out of the ring and tries to jump out on him, but Rollins runs into the ring and suicide dives onto Punk. Rollins takes a part of the announce table and sends Punk into the barricade. Punk flips Rollins over the barricade and jumps onto him, and both men now trade punches in the crowd. Back at ringside, Rollins comes off the barricade, but Punk punches him in the gut. Rollins is thrown back in the ring and goes for the GTS but Rollins fights out of it. Rollins punches out Punk on the mat, and the ref breaks it up. Rollins boots Punk in the corner. Rollins argues with the ref, allowing Punk to kick him, and Punk gets Rollins on the top rope and hits a top rope swinging net breaker on Rollins. Rollins rolls out of the ring, and Punk kicks him on the apron outside the ring. Punk delivers some right hands to Rollins. Back in the ring, Rollins chops on Punk, and Punk fires back with punches and chops to Rollins. Punk boots Rollins in the corner and tries to single out his surgically repaired leg. Rollins unloads chops on Punk and sends Punk face first into a turnbuckle. Rollins headbutts Punk and punches him, and Punk comes back with chops. Rollins continues to hammer away on Punk, and Punk runs knee first into the ring post. Rollins elbows Punk in the corner and slaps him around a bit. Punk runs at Rollins, hits two running high knees to Rollins. Rollins is taken down with clotheslines and swinging a net breaker. Punk hits a net breaker on the ropes and sends Rollins out of the ring. Punk flies over the top rope and takes out Rollins outside the ring. Punk climbs the ropes and hits a crossbody on Rollins, who rolls through and gets Punk on his shoulders and hits GTS on Punk, who rolls out of the ring. Rollins leaves the ring too and kicks Punk outside the ring. Rollins rolls Punk into the ring, and as he gets in, Punk stomps on Rollins' head and covers for a 2 count. Punk goes for the GTS, and Rollins counters and hits GTS on Punk and covers for a near fall. Rollins goes for the curb stomp, and Punk rolls out of the way. Rollins throws Punk onto the announce table and pedigrees Punk on the announce table. Rollins throws Punk in the ring and hits another pedigree and covers Punk, who kicks out. Punk and Rollins trade punches in the ring again. Rollins goes for a net breaker, and Punk counters. Rollins hits Punk with a turnbuckle bomb and stomps Punk and covers him. Punk gets his foot on the ropes, breaking the pin. Rollins places Punk on the top rope, and Punk slaps Rollins, who crashes to the mat. Rollins hits a superplex and tries for a Falcon arrow, but Punk hits a GTS and then hits a second one and covers Rollins for the win. So winner is CM Punk. Alright, Punk celebrates in the ring as the credits roll and the show goes out there and stuff. So yeah, good show tonight. So that was very good. I enjoyed that. I thought Travis Scott was like gonna sing the theme song for Raw, but I guess he didn't. But I guess he meant like he was gonna come out for a little bit and that was it and stuff. So yeah. Anyways, that was a good show. I enjoyed it a lot. Let's see what happens next week for Monday Night Raw. So yeah, The Rock will be on NXT tomorrow night for NXT on CW and all that stuff. So that looks good too. And can't wait for having some Friday Night SmackDown and all that stuff. But I found out Friday Night SmackDown will be 3 hours for right now, so until like 6 months or something. I don't know, but let's see what happens with that one, all that. So yeah, but it was good tonight. I enjoyed it. Man, it was very good. But yeah, they kind of censored Rock. Like, he said the F word, let's fucking go, without the microphone and stuff. But he told about Netflix stuff, like, is back. Finally Netflix has come back. I mean, Raw has come back to Netflix and stuff, or WWE has come back to Netflix, and Brock told the fans, "Okay, y'all know that's bullshit because wrestling has been on." Well, they did have some shows on Netflix for like a little bit, but it wasn't. It was like some of the stuff I had on DVD and stuff, but I don't know. Yeah, I remember that, but yeah, it was good tonight. I enjoyed it, but yeah, it was super good and stuff. So I can't wait to see what happens next Monday. So, anyways, that was it for this video. Hope you like it stuff and not whatever and stuff. And so yeah. Anyway, so like, subscribe, hit the button, leave a comment if you guys want to leave a comment. I don't care what you guys do. And that was it. And I'll see you guys in the next video for AEW Dynamite. Right? Laters.